is humble beginnings, but we simply live it through. Y'all know when I say simply live it through, y'all know I say this all the time, no matter what adversity or diversity we face, all we do is walk the path accordingly. What's up, gang? What's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling?
Chilling, man. Relax, having a good day.
Good, good. I think everybody should be rested up. I don't think nobody went to work today, should they? Or y'all been out working today?
I I definitely got doing some work. I work every day, man.
Word, 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 word. All right, y'all. We gonna get right up into this thing. We talking about jealousy and envy today. Good topic.
Kevin,
We gonna kick this
Kevin,
thing off just like this.
Kevin,
Yo,
fix the chat so we can hear it live.
uh, Matt, go ahead. Matt, mute up on the one, cause that's what it is.
You want me to mute?
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody
That's
in
it.
here. Nothing your intro said.
Well, I was on mute at first.
I came back. I came out and came back in. I went out and came back in.
Yeah.
Look, this what it sound like.
Hi, y'all. Get right up into this. We talking about jealousy.
Oh,
Yeah, that one was muted out. All right, let's get this thing popping. First question up. Would you cut someone off if you discover that they were envious or jealous or of you? Would you cut somebody off if you discovered they was envious or jealous of you? That's how we're gonna start this thing off. Mike Joe, talk to me, man.
cut off mean cut off meaning like no, just nothing, no talk, no nothing with them no more. Like,
Just cut them off. Yeah, would you cut them off?
yeah, I guess you could say I fall back from the situation. Like, I wouldn't try to do nothing with you anymore. Like, I don't know what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you have for me. Like, I can't trust you. I can't like be around you. I don't know what you got planned. So probably so.
Okay, okay. Caprice, would you cut somebody off if you discovered that they was envious or jealous of you?
It depends. If it's like jealousy and envy that you want to bring harm to me, then yeah. But if it's just like you admire me in my life, that kind of jealousy and envy, then that's fine with me.
Okay, okay, okay. Maddie B, what you think, man? Would you cut someone off if you discovered they was jealous or envious of you? Oh, you gotta unwait. You gotta unmute.
My fault. I forgot to unmute. But I said I definitely would cut somebody off if they was jealous of me because that's a dangerous person to be around. Envious, I'm not fully sure on that because you can envy and it could be out of a respect thing. You still can have envy for someone, but jealousy is kind of like wanting to take that person's position or kind of like wanting to take that person down because it's an emotion about you that pretty much just makes you not like the person. So I would say jealousy definitely, envy is maybe, maybe not according to like in what form they're envious of you.
But that isn't that kind of backwards though, because like what like the envy a little bit more dangerous than the jealousy, right? Like, cause on envy usually when they got that feeling against or something against like that harshness against like somebody else's success and all the other stuff. I mean, they go hand in hand. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Usually,
I
envy
thought
is the
jealousy was more than I thought envious was like just like you can kind of like respect that person's life for the things they doing and just like be upset at yourself that you don't have that about you. But it's not more like like you want to tear them down. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I kind of thought about it with. As I hear people say like I envy you in a good way, like a positive way. I've heard people say that, but I've never heard nobody say like I'm jealous of you in a positive way. It's always been a negative way.
I heard both.
Okay, so the definition for envy is the painful feeling of wanting what someone else has, like attributes or possessions.
Yes, and what about jealousy? It's more like
It's a pain.
directly.
It's a painful feeling of what somebody else has.
I thought you said that was envious.
Yeah, that's envy. Jealousy is you feel threatened, protected, or fearful of losing one position or situation to someone else.
What's up, Izzy? What's going on with you?
What's up? Just living life, Happy to be here.
So, Izzy, I hit him with the first question of would you cut
Uh,
someone off if you discovered they was envious or
Matt got
jealous
a
of
mute.
you?
Wait, sorry. Okay, I was like hearing some background noise. I don't know what that was, but
Nah, some little static on that, yeah.
oh, okay. What was the question again?
Would you cut someone off if you discovered that they was envious or jealous of you?
Um, I mean, then you would have no friends or no one, honestly. So, I
So,
mean, probably not. I would probably compartmentalize them if anything, but yeah,
so you said you think most people are envious and jealous?
I would say so. In my life, I don't know. Not to sound like, any type of way, but this is just what I've noticed. It doesn't have to be like this like, whole macro thing. There's microdoses of jealousy. I get jealous, of like different things. So I know other people can, so
Okay, okay. My second question, I think Capri said it in her, had mentioned something in her answer. Could um could jealousy be a form of admiration? Could it be considered a form of
Jealousy.
admiration? Uh-huh.
Yes, jealousy and envy both is a form of like admiration or desire of someone else.
What you think about it, Izzy? You think it could be a form of admiration?
uh I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I guess, but like, I'm leaning on more so no because I feel like, well, jealousy and envy, I feel like in ways it means that like I want what you have or I don't think you deserve what you have, type thing. So I don't ever like see someone as jealous as, oh, they admire me. Like if they admire me, like I don't like the way that feels. Like it doesn't feel cool. So I mean, I don't think so. It's not a flattery type of thing in any means.
Okay, okay, okay. Matty B, what you think, man? You think jealousy is a form of admiration? You on mute. Matt, you on mute.
All right, I'm on point. All right, yeah, I would say it's definitely admiration, because it has to be something that you admire about it to make you jealous or envy. It's just that you're using it and letting it provoke you in a hateful way. Some people use it and let it provoke you in a hateful way more so than in a way that creates a feeling of inspiration and things of that nature. And some people they envy someone or they see someone else's life and they let it inspire them or motivate them to get to another level. And then some people they let it make them hateful of the person. So I would say, yeah, it's definitely you definitely admire it, but it just provokes different feelings in different people.
Okay, okay. Mike Joe, what you think? Could it be a form of
Nah,
admiration?
nah. I guess I don't know definition wise, probably so, but me personally, I don't feel like that. I don't think you gotta be. I don't think they go together. I think you could if you admire something like why gotta be like with jealousy, like
No, no, he just speaking of envy, not adding the jealousy in it. Just envy.
Well, I asked both, but
You ask is jealousy a form of admiration?
I asked both, jealousy or envy.
Because you don't necessarily have to be jealous of somebody to envy them. So he was putting both for like he was saying like you don't have to be envy, like you don't have to be envy to be jealous, but envy could just be by itself. It don't necessarily mean you have to be jealous of that person.
Yeah,
It's
but I
something
but the
you
Damn,
have.
question,
damn, none of the question.
but the
It's
question,
something.
the question is both. Could either one of them be considered a form of admiration?
Oh, me personally, nah, not in my book. Nah,
Right.
that that's straight to it.
So let me go back to the first question because I didn't even answer the first question. Will I be cutting somebody off? I wouldn't cut someone off if discover people are envious and jealous. I think just like how Izzy said, I think most people have carry a level of enviness towards a lot of things, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because really, it's all about accomplishments and what they see people have. So you see it a lot, and I think, and it's an emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's natural. So I wouldn't cut someone off just because of that. Because just because a person feel a way doesn't mean that they will act a certain way or act upon it. So to the first question, I would not cut someone off just because I discovered that they was that. Now, as far as the second question, it definitely could be. I think it's all perspective. It could be viewed as a form of admiration. Some people can take it like some people can take it as such. Like they can see somebody jealous and they be like, oh, look at him, man. He a little envious of man. He a little jealous. Like some people are flattered when they see people are jealous. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all perspective. I can see some people not having that flattery, and then I can see some people be like, oh, I see that. You trying to be inspired or be like me, or you feel away. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see that being that.
Well, jealousy is not. I don't want to say jealousy is a form of admiration
That's why I said it's all perspective, because both could be.
because jealousy normally involves like three or more people. Envy is like two people. You seeing something that somebody has that you don't have, and you admire that, and you discontent in your life. That's envy. Jealousy is normally when like you
You don't
have
have to
like a
have you
stake.
don't have to have more than two people to be jealous. You could be jealous of. It could be one person just jealous of another.
That would be envy though.
No, it would be jealousy, because the definition literally says feeling resentment against someone because of that person's rivalry, success, or advantage. It doesn't have to be multiple people. It can just be one person.
Well, I looked up the difference between envy and jealousy. It says jealousy typically involves three people.
Yes, but I just read you the definition. The definition it could be someone. It doesn't have to be multiple people. I get what you're saying when you say typically, but it doesn't have to be. You can be jealous of just one person.
Yeah, I'm saying no. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you have your best friend, right, and you so possessive of your best friend, you find out they have another best friend. You're gonna be jealous of that other best friend because you want your best friend to yourself. You still jealous of that one person, but it's because of your relationship with your best friend. So yeah,
Yes,
it is
within
one.
the scenario you just painted, yes.
Yeah, the tip
But all
jealousy.
jealousy ain't around that. Some people can be jealous of a job position. Some people could be jealous that you got a raise at a job. Some people could be jealous that you just bought a new car. Like it don't have to be multiple people though. It could literally just be you.
But that job is the second thing. Is you the job than the other person?
Nigga, they're jealous that you got the job. So they're jealous of you getting the position. What are you talking about? It's just one person.
Okay, I guess. Want to be
Somebody you could buy a car, so you're gonna say the car is an object by itself? No, nigga, they're not jealous of the car, they're jealous of you.
but what you want is the car.
Yes, but
Right?
they're jealous that you got the car. So they're jealous of you. They're not jealous of the car. So it's not a third thing. There's an item because it says feeling resentment because of another success, advantage, etc. Means that they're jealous of the person, not
Right.
the object.
Right. What I'm saying is not necessarily three people. It's three parties. Like you just the example you just used. One person, a job, and another person. The person is jealous of that person because they want that job. Envy
Yes,
don't.
but when I okay, now I understand that now that you adjusted what you said, because and the first you like you said 3, but I was like, it don't have to be multiple people. That was my
Well,
response.
like, yeah, it don't have to be multiple people, but it have to be at least like 3 parties. Like something else is what causing you to be jealous of that person.
Well, yes, I mean that's in the definition. It says success or an advantage.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it goes with the definition.
But it don't have to be a third party though.
Yes, it
But
does.
and that's what I was correcting when she was saying, because she said party. When you said third, a party, that's another individual. That's what I was trying to correct when what she was saying too. That it's not
Okay,
a
yeah,
third
it don't even
party.
have to be another.
It is still just 2 people.
Yeah, it could be just based on your personality. That ain't a thing or another individual. It could be just something directly with the person that makes them envious or jealous.
I
Nope,
agree.
I
I
don't. I
agree.
don't think anybody personality is just to just be jealous. It's something that you have to be jealous of.
Yes, the personality. He just said it. The objective in that would be the personality itself.
Like some people may be women may be jealous of another woman because she look better than her. It ain't got to be like an object or another individual.
I mean, it would still be an object though, because the object would be her looks.
Well, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So that
right.
was I understand. I understand what Caprice is saying. It's
With
going to
it,
be something. It's going to be an object, but it doesn't have to be multiple, like as far as people. But there is an object typically that when someone is jealous, there's some type of advantage or an accomplishment, or there is something there that made them chose to be jealous.
mhm.
Did everybody answer the question about the admiration? I think I did. I think I'm glad. All right. So how motivating can jealousy be? How motivating can jealousy be? Matt, what you think?
Yeah, hurry up
Um,
and get him out the way.
I mean, I'm naturally motivated myself, so I mean, I don't really know about a lot of that. But I guess I can speak to my younger years, like growing up, when you were jealous, it made you feel like me personally feel like a weaker person and want to actually do more to change my situation, whether it's like working out or like learning how to fight or things of that nature. So I guess it motivated me in that way. So it definitely could be a motivating factor. But once you get over that, you have to find other things that kind of motivate you. But I agree, it could be a motivating factor based on where you're at in your life.
Okay, okay. Izzy, what you think? How motivating can jealousy be?
I think there's levels to it. In terms of jealousy for men and women, it's definitely different. Um, so like, for men, I think it's more so like, oh, I'm jealous of like his car, or I don't know. I guess like you could like look at it in a vain way as like, body and things like that. So they realize, I'm just gonna like, work hard for it. For women, this is just like generally speaking. I kind of noticed this like, more so on social media, like, oh, I like her body or whatever. I'm gonna cut her down for it and make her like internalize something wrong about it, but in actuality I'm jealous of it. Or and then in the next moment then you're gonna get like surgery to look like it, and then it's like this whole thing. Like, there could be that instance, or like maybe like makeup or hair. Like there's a lot of like, I feel like with women there's a lot of like, we have like more versatility and creativity. So that comes a slippery slope of jealousy, because we have like more flexibility to kind of like, dress up the way we want to, and like, really like define our personality and our style. So, I feel like when you're able to really express yourself a lot, there's like more like crowd for like jealousy and envy and all that. So
Okay, okay. Caprice, how motivating is jealousy?
All right. So the question is, how motivated? I thought it was, is it a motivation?
No, how motivating could it be? Okay, I mean, you can answer whether you feel it is or whether it isn't.
well, to me, it is really motivating to do things. To answer my long
You said
answer short,
you said jealousy or envy?
Jealousy.
Um, I guess jealousy can be a motivation. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good motivation because with jealousy comes behind negative feelings. So, like the example that Izzy used about like women seeing other women bodies and all that, and they get jealous and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get that same body," and end up fucking themselves over at the end of the day. So I don't think jealousy is necessarily a good motivating factor. Maybe envy for me would be more like, say if you lacking something that you want to do and you see somebody else doing it, that could be a motivation to do what you see, what you want, and get the advice from that person to get it. Jealousy normally comes with negative hating feelings.
Okay, Mike Joe, what you think about that? How motivating is jealousy, bro?
Uh, for me personally, neither one of them is motivating, at all. You know, it can be both of those can be motivating, but for me personally, it's not. Like none those, especially those two words, are not gonna. Well, how those people feel as far as somebody being jealous or envying me, whatever, not gonna determine how I do or what I do or motivate me to do anything. I'm motivate myself, but I get it when people say those things motivate them. So me personally, nah.
So I think to answer the question, I think jealousy could be very motivating for a lot of people because a lot of that resentment they feel towards certain things usually spots people drive, especially within men. Like a lot of men, when they see certain things, that's a driving factor for their life. It don't necessarily mean that they would try to tear down what you got. It would just actually inspire them to then now gate what it is that you have. So I think it could be very, very motivating to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that because all we speaking about it is emotion, and then we talking about what someone would do once the feeling is there. So I
Hmm?
think you can go both ways. You got people who can go the opposite and try to tear you down because of their jealousy, and then you got people who are simply inspired to be better in their own life because of their jealousy. Because jealousy speaks of resentment, but even if we use envy speaks to discontent, which means that either one is a person feeling a dissatisfaction with you or with something that's not there, even or within them.
Well, envy
So
is
it's a
admiration.
dissatisfaction on both words. Either one you want to use, you still got a dissatisfaction there. So it's all about what you do with the feeling once it's there. Does it motivate you and inspire you to be better, or do you go the opposite direction?
Mm-hmm.
Both of those words are negative, like have negative factors, right?
They got positive factors too, though.
But I
Well,
mean, we
jealousy is
discussing it like
more
it is negative though.
jealousy is
People
more
associate it
mental than
more
it is.
negatively, but if you look at the definition, a feeling of displeasure isn't negative in itself because it actually motivates. That feeling can motivate people too. It's just like
That,
failure.
It
is
can't
that
say
definition
it does
envy?
though.
No, but none of it is 100%. That's why I said it can and it cannot. I say
But
this all the time. All these things fail. Plenty of people are motivated by jealousy, dog. Like they better they self because they're jealous or envy.
yeah, I understand that.
You know
I
what I'm
got
saying? So it can be like everything can be. If we speak the possibility, everything can be.
I feel like people don't want to admit it because it's just like negative sounding. So
Yeah, the connotation behind it is negative. That's why when most people hear it,
Mm-hmm.
they think instantly negative. But it's not. There is nothing negative within it. It's just what you do with it, because it is an inspiration nonetheless.
uh,
So I think the connotation, like most words, the connotation typically kind of deter people away from certain things because they be like, oh, it's so used so negatively all the time that every time they hear it, it's like, oh, it's just got to be something negative, but it's not true. When kids use noggin, you'll know it. Hey man, y'all mute up. Somebody got some things in their background. who um who typically shows more signs of jealousy, men or women, in y'all
Wow.
opinion? Who typically shows more signs of jealousy, men or women?
Definitely women.
I already know. That gonna be about crazy.
I
I
think
know
both
you
people
said
have
women.
it.
Matt said women.
I think both people have it. I think women definitely show it more. You know,
I'm actually people
Nah.
show signs more.
because they don't control the emotions better than men. It's a lot of men that probably have it as well too. We'll never know the true numbers because a lot of men they're conditioned not to show jealousy. You know what I'm saying? To be tough in a certain way. But even
Not
with that, I
jealousy,
still think
emotion.
e-
Emotion.
even with that, I think women still are. Even with that number not being known and a lot of men hiding their jealousy, I think women still are more jealous than men because they can get jealous over the most simple things. You know, and some men get jealous as well too, but like women, it could be the smallest little thing, just because someone got a hay before her, or they greeted another woman before her. It could be the smallest thing. So I definitely say they get jealous way more.
What
Okay.
was the question?
Who typically shows more signs of jealousy, men or women?
If you're saying like showing more signs, of course, women. Like we're emotional creatures. And if we feel a way, we're gonna say something about it. We're gonna, however we feeling to react, we're gonna react. But that doesn't necessarily mean that women get more jealous than men. Men could just be jealous and just not show it.
Don't say
And we
nothing.
get jealous,
Hmm.
and both genders get jealous about different things. Yeah, we might get more jealous about the little simple thing, or like I don't know why it has to be like who is it more. Like I think it's an equal amount. We just get jealous about different things, and we just women just show it more than men.
Well, the question wasn't about who did it more. I said the question was who just simply shows more signs.
I
It was
was
about the signs.
I was responding to a Matt comment about women get more jealous than men. So I answered your question.
Izzy, you answered.
I have not.
Who typically shows more signs of jealousy, men?
Um, I think in terms of like showing it like outwardly as in like, physically speaking about it, like, maybe like anger or crying. Of course, it's like gonna be like more so women because that's just, our embedded in our like, DNA to be that way. But in terms of just like overall being jealous, like I really feel like, there's like I think both honestly or I feel like there's an equal amount in different compartments honestly. Like this is just what I've come to find out in my interaction with men. So, yeah.
So I don't disagree when we speak to that side of the people having more. That's why I didn't ask that question because I personally don't believe that there's a difference. I think it is shown. I think one side has more discipline when it comes to it than the other does. That's why I asked about the sign. Who typically shows more signs of it? I think men have a lot of ego, which means there's a lot of jealousy that typically be wrapped up and envy that does be wrapped up within that ego. But a lot of times men fight showing it, even if it's there. I think even in relationships, you still see that ego push. Ego is a big factor that I think typically pushes that jealousy and envy. But the trick is showing it. So that's why I asked the question of who typically shows more of the signs. And so I don't think that there's a more when it comes to the feeling or the thoughts that live within the people. I think it's a very innate thing. So I don't think there's a more between the two. But I do think, but there is obvious when you look at it. There are some people who don't have that discipline because we're talking about discipline. When I ask you who typically shows more signs, so that lack thereof is typically what you see. And if I answer the question, I think as far as showing signs, I think that personally, I think that men actually show it more than women do actually as well. So I'm actually on the opposite side of most of y'all. I think men actually do show it I think you just got to know what it is that you're looking.
Yeah, I was about to say that because it looks so different that you could tell when a woman is displaying jealousy, but that man could be displaying it as well, but it might be something different and you don't know that he's actually showing them signs. And I definitely think within relationships, personal relationships, like in a household, men display it even more.
Well, I think when it comes to relationships, I think it depends on how that relationship is going. That determines who shows more, depending on the relationship. Because a lot of that jealousy builds from the insecurity. So I think it really, when it comes to a relationship, it's going to be predicated upon who went through what in the relationship, who will show you who's now more jealous or envious in a more jealous in the relationship. So I wouldn't say it's either side. I think it's just predicated upon who's been more damaged in the situation. Because typically, if the man's more damaged, he's going to be more jealous, and typically, if the woman's more damaged, she's going to be more jealous. So I think that's just predicated upon the individual and their past.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a clean cut. Because I think a lot of guys get jealous, but I think a lot of guys they'll just grab something else, and there are a lot of guys that something else kind of soothes their jealousy to a degree. When you might see like on a woman's front, she might be more in your face about it to a degree, but some guys will do that and then still be in your face about it too. I think it really just depends on how the situation is going that you will kind of see that. Personally, I just that's what I think. Matt, Mike, what y'all think about that, man? That men typically are probably a little bit more jealous, man. They show a little bit more signs than women. What y'all think about it?
I disagree.
Why you disagree with that, man? Because you know that ego's a motherfucker now. I said that ego. I think a lot of that shit is tied in because that's the insecurities. Them insecurities help drive a lot of that jealousy.
Yeah, I think we're naturally competitive, and in that competitiveness, I don't know if people may associate that with a jealousy feeling, but inside of that competitiveness, we like to be around people that's better than us. Some, not all men, of course, but men that like act like men, that have that drive about them. It's like if whatever your craft is martial arts. You want to be around a nigga that's better than you. You want to be around the competitors. It's like get the juices running. I think that's a little different than people who jealous in a hateful way, like they end up not liking the person. Maybe that's just the way, like I used to how they express it. But I don't think that's necessarily jealousy if it's fully just like competitiveness. I think those are closely associated. The competitiveness can be closely associated with it, but I think it's a little different.
But so why would a person be competitive then?
Oh,
like,
because
why would you be competitive if there's not like
because of envy
or jealousy involved?
You know, I think we naturally like to challenge ourselves. I think this challenges, like when you're naturally competitive, you won't challenge it. And I think this challenges make you see how strong of a man you can get. It tests yourself. It ain't necessarily got to be jealous of someone. Sometimes it can be like a test for yourself. And being around other people that have higher levels than you can inspire you to continue testing yourself. I don't necessarily see that as like jealousy. More it's like you around somebody and you just hate that they're dead and you're not there. I mean, well, that's kind of the same thing, but like you just hate that. You just want to do something to them or see negative happen because they have more than you.
But I think competitiveness do have a sense of jealousy that come with it because ultimately most men want the concept of winning. And if you put it on a scale, it's either you win or you lose it. So if there's typically a winner, winning would be considered an advantage, which then there would be some level of envy that down that path.
Well,
I would say more.
As far as envy is yes, but as far as jealous, like I say no, because like I the way I interpret jealousy
jealous too, though, because most times usually the loser typically is a little jealous of the winner.
Nah, not necessarily. No.
If you want to win and you lost,
you manage yourself. You manage yourself that you ain't playing. Some people are like that, but a lot of competitors, they love the other person. They manage themselves that they ain't put enough work in, and they going back to challenge their stuff. It's more like I let myself down.
I agree with you that there's some people, but if I said most people are literally upset with the one.
Yeah.
No, they could be upset. They could be upset, but that's not jealous. Of course, you're upset because
Yes,
the person
it
beat
is.
you.
That would
No.
be jealous. That discomfort, that feeling that comes with that would be because of the jealousy.
Somebody mad at them
Because
being
winning would be an advantage.
Now, because it can just be disappointment in yourself or disappointment how the game went.
The disappointment in yourself would be if you just felt that you failed. But
Yeah.
most people literally feel a way towards the winner. Like they be like, yo, like there's some level of that. Don't mean they don't hate the winner, but they do have a jealousy because they wanted to win. And if it became to a competition that there was a winner and a loser, they typically feel a way.
Most men I play basketball with. Now kids, I think kids are more jealous when they lose. But most men that play sports in the adult stages, like I play around the way or like I'm in an adult league, they be more mad at themselves when they get to a certain age. I think they understand it more. Now maybe that's a younger thing, like when you're 10, 12, 13, you probably have that attitude. But
think so.
older men are more upset with themselves.
I don't watch plenty basketball games and how they be talking to each other and all that. They be upset.
Yeah, they're competitive. It's a man sport. We out there banging. Of course, it's gonna be a lot of talk.
Competitive goes with it has a form of envy and jealousy with it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't have no jealousy.
Yes, it does. And you keep saying like, oh, we naturally competitive. We like challenges. Competitive don't mean nothing about challenges. You just like
that is what competitive means.
No, that does not.
You can't be competitive without a challenge. But
that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true.
Oh my God, that is not true.
That's not necessarily true.
And you make it like, oh, men want hard challenges. Like, no, you could be competitive. You just could be wanting to win. But
you can't be competitive if you don't want a challenge. That don't make no. I disagree. That don't make no sense. That don't even make that. It's literally being competitive is looking for. I'm competitive. I'm looking for a challenge.
That's not true.
You not
the whole boxing game is set up right now of niggas who are competitive, but they don't want to lose. So that's why nobody don't take the fights that come up now. Everybody pick and choose their fights. These niggas do not want competition. They don't want challenges. Them niggas want to win, but they do not want. They are fearful of losing. And
they're not very competitive. They're not very competitive. Just because they
them guys don't want challenges. No, they do not.
They're not competitive. They're not competitive.
They
are competitive.
They're
competing
against somebody else.
Just winning and losing. A lot of people care about winning. They don't care how they get it. It's not about an internal battle. They just want to win.
They ain't competitive.
Being the definition of competitive is as good or as better than others of a comparable nature. That has nothing to do.
That means you have to go against. That means you have to compare yourself against certain people.
All right, but that don't have nothing to do that you want it to be a challenge.
Yeah, it don't have to be challenge because a lot of people look for what is being viewed. So if you start doing something and people start putting you in a limelight of it, most people will accept it without the challenge. They'll be like, shit, you put me out there, with Steph Curry, I'm owning it. Most people ain't gonna be like, no, man, I ain't like, let me shoot 100 more. Most people don't. Most people actually accept the accolades that come with it because they want to win.
Wanting to be successful is not the same as competitive.
I didn't say
he can want to be successful. He want to be putting those. He can want to be putting those ranks. He can be glad he's getting the attention. He's not a competitive person. Now, being a competitive person don't mean you're gonna fight everybody in the entire world if it come up. I ain't say that, but you definitely want challenges.
I don't know everybody who's competitive want challenges.
They're not competitive then. They're not a competitive person.
They're competing, so they are competitive.
They are competitive.
What you say, Mike?
They're competing against somebody, so they are competitive. Whether they're lower rank, higher rank, or whatever, they're competing. So that is competition, which they are competitive. All those words go together. But I get what you're saying though. Like if somebody want the challenge or whatever, but I think that's something totally in itself. They're like, I need a challenge.
That's something totally different. Dude.
I need harder challenge.
Everybody who competes ain't looking for a challenge.
That's what I was trying to say.
Everybody who competes is not looking for a challenge, dude.
But they're not a competitive. But they're not a competitive person.
What are you talking about, dude? A competition is very straightforward.
But in his book,
but to be a competitor, if we go by the objective of competitive, when it's used as far as the phrase of a competitive person, eager to do better than others in activity, try to win in a sports activity against strong competitors. That's what I'm reading on Google. So when you call somebody a competitive person, it's different than just saying that they play a competitive sport or they competing. Like, I think that's a different thing than saying someone's a competitive person. I'm saying that's not a competitive person just because they compete.
But a competitive person.
I'll give you that if you're trying to tie into that, but I'm speaking to competition as a whole. And everybody who competes, just because you're competing doesn't mean you want a challenge. Because I'm speaking to competition. I don't know the inner workings of what drives that particular person, and I don't know what they're in like. Because a lot of people want to win, and it's not about a self-building or it's not about tapping into something. There are a lot of people who just want to win, and they're in that competition. They just want to win. So I know a lot of people like that. When I'm out here watching these guys fight and compete, some people just want to win, and it's not about a challenge, and they will accept that win even if they were not challenged.
And there's a lot of people I play ball with. Matter of fact, Jeremy, one of them. There's a lot of people I play ball with. If they winning all the time, they're gonna start saying, "Where's the competition? At where's the people that they start thinking something's wrong? They don't even get inspired by the game anymore."
I don't agree with that either, though.
No, but I'm telling you about a person I know, and I'm not saying everybody. How do you disagree? I'm like that.
Jeremy, though, I mean, you say Jeremy, but I know that.
Yeah, Jeremy's like that. Jeremy,
he like the ball though, straight up.
If Jeremy went all the time, he's gonna be upset about it. You could get him on the show next time and ask him that question. He's gonna tell you about it. If he can't lose,
I think it's like the ball. Now I ain't gonna say the same. He played the same people for years. Now I ain't gonna say like just straight up like he gonna be like, "Yo, where the competition?" That nigga just like the ball. I'm gonna just say that.
No, not the one I know, not the person I know now, but.
So my whole point, I like I said, man, I don't disagree with that when you're trying to speak from the person who is that stupidly drive as far as them being a competitive person. My thing was within competition, everybody who's in competition is not, and you can't say, because technically, if you are competing, you are technically competitive.
Yeah.
So, but I get what you're trying to go to, but it's like no, because. Some people's fixation is just on the win, dog, and they'll accept that win without the challenge.
Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying, KJ, and I'm not disagreeing 100% with what you're saying, Caprice. Some of it I am, because it's different. Like saying that person is a competitor is different than saying just because a person is competing is different than you describe a person leading with them being a competitor. If you describe a person, you lead, that's a competitive person. People are going to think they like hard challenges if you lead like that. Now, if you say, hey, they just compete a lot, that's different.
Well.
My bad. Chef Joe, what's going on with you, man?
What's going on, bros? Family, what's going on? My bad. I'm still in Cali, so.
Oh, nah, you're right, brother. I ain't even expecting you to jump on.
Good, bro.
What's good?
So, I don't know. Was you watching?
Nah. I just got back to my homeboy house, so I ain't hearing that.
So we was talking about jealousy and envy. Just quick through. Do you consider jealousy and envy? Could jealousy and envy be a form of admiration, brother?
Yes.
Okay, could be quite motivating. Can jealousy make you better? Can make you a better person?
It can drive you to it could drive you to strive for what people got for your sake. So yeah. It could make you a better person if you
Who typically show more signs of jealousy, men or women?
Oh. I would say it's half and half because both. I mean, women are more pettier than men, so I would say women.
I mean, pettiness ain't necessarily.
I mean, petty is a form of jealousy too, in my opinion.
A lot of pettiness is just people because some people are petty just.
Petty is not jealousy. Cut it out.
That's what I was about to say. Some people are petty just because.
Straight to the point.
Mean they jealous. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people can do it because they're jealous, but I think a lot of people petty just to
But I think
it's
in the
sarcastic.
context that Joe used it, he was saying he was using it in they lets petty stuff get them in that jealousy emotion. So the context he was using it wasn't the context that y'all disagreeing with.
Well, I'm not speaking to a context at all. I'm speaking in general. That I don't
Yeah, but
think
if he's
that
giving
a lot of
context to
people. I
something,
don't think a lot of people do it. I think a lot of people, I like that's why I said it's always possibility. I think that's that people do that,
yeah,
but a lot of people are petty just to fucking just to be petty. And it ain't got shit to do
yeah,
with
I agree, I agree.
wrong. You know
But
what
the
I'm saying?
context he
So
was using, and I
I'm
get
not
what he was
being
saying, but I agree.
condemning out.
I agree. One thing before you move on to, I wanted to say about what we just had said as well. Somebody made, I don't know if it was you or Caprice when they said people or both y'all might have said it, where y'all was like when people compete sometimes they care about the win, where everybody don't necessarily compete, everybody ain't necessarily competing for the same thing even in fights. Some people may be competing for to have a better record, some people may be competing for money. Like Floyd was more of the business person. I don't care about fighting the person, I'm a businessman. Like everybody, just because they may not be competing in one area of their skill, it's something else they may be competing with. So some people may think, oh, he don't care about fighting the strongest person. Well, that might not be where that nature is driving, because everybody got different aspects of what's driving them as well. So some people may be doing a sport for the money. And somebody else say, I'm a competitor because I want to win every time. But they still have something that's usually driving that competitive force. It may not be the same thing across the board, though, that moves every man.
I don't disagree with you, but most
Yeah,
people who compete want to win. And typically when money comes involved, you typically want to win still because you typically get more money when you win.
yeah.
Right,
So
But
that's
then
what
you
most
have
people are
certain
still
people,
driving towards the win though, and it's not
but you
because
have
I
certain,
don't think is that it doesn't necessarily mean that they want a challenge.
yeah,
normally
yeah,
But
it,
I
when
agree
into
with
a
you. Everybody get involved with things for many different reasons.
yeah. Because you have one person
normally
you have one person that don't mind losing if he's on a team that got more like notoriety, like he playing for LA or in New York in a bigger market. He'll go to a team like that and lose rather than go to a team where he don't have that much exposure and win.
I mean, because I see that same thing in the gym too. You got some people they don't. Some people in the gym don't. When they get up, they don't care about actually beating you. They care about their own personal development and their growth. But those people don't get into actual competitions neither, though, as much as others. Like they might do a little PKB fight or something every now and then, but they don't go full on into that competitive thing. But typically, the people who go deeply into that, they want to win. So I mean, yeah. When it comes to jealousy, do we see a lot of people out here cheat out of jealousy? Men or women? Do a lot of people cheat out of jealousy? What y'all think in y'all opinion? Chef Joe, we'll start off with you. What you think?
Do people cheat out of jealousy?
Yep.
jealousy.
And I ain't talking about just relationships. Now we can get in a relationship, but I'm talking about even when it comes to competition. Do you see people break the rules? Because that's what cheating is. Cheating is going against the rules. So we could talk relationships and we could talk about in basic competition, a basketball game. Some people be so jealous of your skill set that they'll cheat to win.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like, it depend on the on what the competition is or what's being played. Yeah, jealousy could strike that. Like, man, fuck this. The whip. Yeah, he's so good, so better than me. Like, let me hurt him. So yeah.
What about in relationships?
Ah, in my opinion, no. Like, why would jealousy cause you to cheat? Why would you be jealous of your spouse? I mean,
What the jealousy does is not necessarily that that the man would be jealous of the woman or the woman is jealous of the man.
then what sense you talking about? Like, why would jealousy cause you to cheat? I still don't get that. Like, I,
He could be jealous of another man paying her a certain level of attention. That doesn't mean he's jealous of her.
I mean, but if that's the case, this short. I mean,
Well, basically, that is jealous of her because he's jealous that that man is paying her attention. That's jealous of her.
He's jealous.
Indirectly.
He's more jealous of her, or is he more jealous of the situation?
He's jealous of her, and if he go
What is
cheat
it?
because
What is it about her that he's jealous of? What
like
is the
say
object?
okay, like say this. Say if
Just give me the objective. Just give me the objective. Don't give me a scenario. Give me the objective. Because like how you said before, jealousy comes with an objective. What is the objective?
That she's getting attention from other men.
Okay.
That's the objective.
Valid.
Like,
so you're using the attention as the jealousy. The objective.
the attention is the jealousy, especially if you ain't getting hit on or whatever. Like you going, I think if anybody would cheat out of jealousy,
I don't think that's him being jealous of her. Still, though.
That is jealous of her.
Nah, I would say that.
That's
for
jealous
sure.
of her.
I mean, I disagree. Matt, what you think?
What was the question again? I got caught up in what
the question was. Do people cheat out of jealousy? And I was asking both. I was talking about like in regular competition, and I was asking.
Oh yeah, people definitely cheat out of jealousy. You know, that happens every day, and most people have done it at some point. You know, cut corners because other people were getting more attention. Especially if a lot of times it can be by default too. You can actually be a person that don't want to cheat, but if everybody else is cheating and you ain't cheating, you start taking a few corners. You like, damn, everybody else taking a few corners. Even people cheat on their taxes. We got family members that cheat on our taxes by carrying kids that's not theirs because they don't have a certain amount of money. That happens. I mean, it's cheating every day of life, and a lot of it does come from jealousy in some ways. So, like, when hustlers start selling drugs, the first thing they said was they were jealous of the people that had the cars and the women around them, and they didn't have those things. So,
I wouldn't say jealous. I would say envy.
I mean, I say both. I can see where it's both because not everybody's happy that people got more than them. Not everybody happy that people got more than them. Everybody don't use it as an inspiration thing. Some people use it, you know, in a bad way. If you think about it, a lot of times people, when you hear like, I know it's entertainment. When you hear like rappers talk, a lot of times we talk about they want to smash somebody else's chick. Like out of all the people in the world that's single, why do women like to say they speak with other women husbands? You know, like a lot of this stuff comes from jealousy. Something you got, they want a partner.
Mike, what you think, man? Do people cheat out of jealousy? We talking competition and we talking relationships. Do answer on both.
Yeah, I agree with all that. All together. If they jealous, you know what I'm saying, person could be unpredictable. They'll cheat because, like you said, I guess you could put it toward like how Matt was saying earlier about like competition. Like, hey, you know, I'm that way, so I agree with it.
Okay. Izzy, what you think? People cheat out of jealousy?
I think if you get to the point of like cheating, I don't think jealousy is so like something off limits. I think people cheat for various reasons, jealousy being one of them. So, yes.
What about relationships? You think that in that realm too?
Yes, I do. It has to, I don't know, it gets a little bit trickier, I feel like, but definitely. I'm trying to think of an example to give you, but I definitely do think like people would cheat in relationships because they're jealous, maybe to make the other person like give them more attention or whatever have you. But yeah, I definitely think so.
Okay. Caprice, what you think? Both sides.
What's the question?
Do people cheat out of jealousy? That's relationships, and we talking just like in competition.
In competition, I say probably more in competition, but as far as relationships, I mean it's possible, but I don't think a lot of people do that. Because what could you be jealous of to make you want to cheat? I don't. I don't get that. So, but if someone was supposed to,
So yeah, I think in competitions you see it all the time. I mean, people cheat
all right, back to what I was
all
saying.
the time. Like, go
So,
ahead.
um, if I had to choose between which one would most likely cheat because of jealousy, I would say more of the man because of ego. Like the example that you use, like him being jealous of, well, I would say he's jealous of the woman if she's getting attention and he don't like it. Normally, I think a man would want to go and cheat because he see that woman getting attention and making him feel a type of way, and he probably would cheat out of that. But I don't know. That question, I don't think normally people cheat out of jealousy.
Okay, so like I was saying, I think in competition you see it all the time. Now I agree with you. I mean, on the terms of relationships, I think you got might have certain particular people depending on where their insecurities lie that would then make them choose to cheat. As far as within like a relationship, I think that's like I said in the beginning. I think it's predicated upon how these chips is falling that will make that happen. Because of course, people cheat for many different reasons. But I think for it to be jealousy, I think it just depends on certain situations. But as far as competition, people do it all the time.
Agreed.
Yeah, they do it all the time. Everybody answer,
Wait,
man.
wait, do they cheat out of jealousy or do they cheat because they want to win?
But remember, like I said, the winning, because remember, it's all about advantages, and winning is an advantage. So a lot of the jealousy is what it is that's making them consider them to cheat.
So when men cheat in sports, that's because they jealous of the competition, not because
No,
they.
I think they just want to win.
Well, they're jealous of
Right.
most people. A lot of people, when they're in a realm where they feel they would have to cheat, that means they typically feel like that other person has an advantage over them, and jealousy speaks to advantage. So typically in competition, that means they believe that that person has that advantage, and they can't beat them straight up, so that would make them cheat in whatever
All
we
right,
talk
but that don't mean
football,
that they
basketball,
jealous
martial.
of that person. They just acknowledge the
They're
fact that
jealous of their advantage. Remember, there's an objective. The objective is advantage. Winning is the objective.
I don't agree.
But that's what I'm saying. Just like how you gave your breakdown earlier, there's always an objective. The objective is to win, and the winner typically has advantage. That's what they're jealous of.
Right, but if you like when you saying in sports, nobody ain't win yet if the game is still going, and if you cheat,
They don't want them to win because most people typically cheat when they see you have the upper hand. The cheating always happens during when it comes to competition. You can't cheat after it's already been determined.
Right, but that don't necessarily mean you jealous if you cheat.
I'm saying most people typically cheating because of the advantage. They're jealous of the advantage.
No.
Most people are typically jealous of the advantage.
Most men cheat in sports or anybody that plays sports is because they want to win. I think it's a small.
We are saying the same thing. You're not saying something differently than what I'm saying though.
No, because you said they want to cheat out of jealousy.
Yes, the jealousy, the advantage. The jealousy is of the advantage because they want to win. I'm still saying the same thing. You saying it like they're separate. They're not separate. Winning is an advantage. Winning is the advantage. That's what the jealousy is. Jealousy, the definition literally speaks to that. It says advantage, and winning is advantage. Literally. Okay. It literally.
So you said every person that cheat in sports is.
I didn't say nothing about every person. Nothing. What are you talking about? I didn't say every person. I said most people. Typically, when they choose to cheat, they see that there is an advantage there of them being able to then lose. They see that other person has an advantage. So most people would cheat. So then they would have the advantage. The advantage is the objective word. And the objective is to win. Because winning is the objective. That's the advantage. Winning is the advantage.
Right, but I don't think you necessarily jealous of the other team because you want to win.
I literally said it's the advantage that brings the jealousy, not the individual. And this is the same thing I was saying when you was making the comment about the woman. That's why I was like, I don't believe that it's the person, it's the advantage.
No.
Like that, I'm saying it's not the person directly. A lot of times people are jealous of the advantage, of the success, of whatever comes on the other side. That doesn't mean they're jealous of you. They want the earnings. They want the winnings. The money is the objective. The win is the objective. The trophy is the objective, not the person. So that's why I said I agree with you when you first stated that earlier, that there is typically an objective when it comes to jealousy. Not the person. It's not usually I'm just jealous of you. No, I'm jealous of the advantage. And the advantage would be the winning. That's where the jealousy lies. Because I said jealousy. I didn't say they had to be jealous of the person. I said jealousy. But now you attacking it on the opposite end again and going back to now a two-person individual when you were the one that said it in the beginning. And there's typically a third thing. And I'm addressing the third thing in the example, but now you're trying to eliminate the third thing and keep it two.
I'm not trying to eliminate the third thing. I just don't think because you want to win, you jealous. No, I don't think that.
I didn't say a person just because a person want to win. I'm talking about cheating. Typically, when someone's choosing to cheat, they're jealous of an advantage. Watch this. Wait. In the concept of winning, if it's not about a person's advantage, why the hell would you cheat at all? Think about it.
I get that if it's like a one-on-one sport, but if you in a team,
it ain't even got to be one-on-one. It could be a team sport. Teams cheat together.
If you're in a team, you can't carry everybody. You can't necessarily win by yourself.
So but now the dynamics doesn't change because you said one-on-one versus a team, though. The team can cheat. The team are unitedly cheating together for the same exact reason.
Listen, Kevin, we're gonna disagree that you believe it's jealousy. If a person want to win, I don't. Let's move on.
I didn't need you to clarify your point to that. You the one that kept trying to eliminate what you said. I was just addressing what you said. You the one put it out there. I was literally using your beautiful layout that you did earlier.
I just said what I said. I don't know why we still here.
I heard what you said. But if we would treat this conversation like a competition, I want to keep advantage, so I gotta keep throwing it back at you.
You treat life like a competition. You treat everything like a competition. You treat like even having like little small back and forth conversations of competition, and it's tiring. People just want to conversate.
You be passionate that voice,
be the right person all the time.
I know, right?
Always want to be right. You just always want to have the last word. Always some.
Hey, Caprice, is it exhausting?
I mean,
what the?
I can't answer that question because if I answer the question I want to answer the way I want to answer it, you're gonna feel like you can increase what you're doing. You're gonna know because if I say what I say, you're gonna feel like you can increase what you're doing. So I'm not gonna.
So my question is yes or no. Is it exhausting?
I can't answer that.
Because no matter what your answer was, my next statement was going to be the same. I just wanted to see if you answer the question.
All right. What's the question?
So just like how I was saying, when treating the conversation as such, or any conversation, because it doesn't matter whom I'm talking to, male or female, when treating like the advantage, the difference is I don't have to cheat in the conversation. I'm just going to overbearingly weigh my position and go in on whatever.
No, that's not the question. The question was, is it exhausting?
No. Because that was a direct question for you. That ain't a question for me to answer.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
Yes, but you said you wasn't going to answer. I can't answer that for you. So I just moved on to my response to what we're talking about. Because it's not exhausting for me. This shit is fun. I like a good argument. That's the whole reason why we're doing this. I love a good argument. This ain't nothing. This is exercise.
We could not even be arguing though. It could be a regular conversation, and it's has to be a competition. Like, just shut up.
Yes,
Sometimes.
because an argument literally means we're on opposing sides. If we're on opposing sides, that means we are in opposite. We're in competition now. Now, this is the thing. You might not be competing, but I'm competing. Just like how Matt was saying earlier. There are people who play basketball, right? That to them they could be like, "Yo, I'm just having fun playing," and then they might catch an elbow, they get knocked down, they get pushed, and they're like, "Yo, I'm just playing." No, you just having fun, nigga. This shit is a competition for me. So just because one side don't want to do it, that don't change the way I play the game. Just like even in martial arts, some people go out there to have fun, not knowing that person you up against fighting, he say, "No, I come to win, and if I gotta slaughter you and kick your head off, I want to win." Now you might came to have fun. That's fine for you, but just know I'm gonna knock your head off. So we
what
don't
you
have to be
saying?
experienced on going into the competition.
So what you say? Every conversation with you is a competition.
Every conversation is a competition.
Even if I'm talking to you about myself, how can you
Yup.
compete with me about myself? How can you
If
compete with me about myself?
if you hold on, wait. If you personally talking to me about yourself, it's a competition because you special. Now, if Izzy talking to me about herself, it wouldn't be a competition. But if you Caprice talking to me, it's a competition
Why?
because you special. I just told you that.
Like when you say special, what do you mean? Because I don't like the connotation behind you special.
Caprice, let's move on to this next question. I ain't playing this with you. All right, this is my last one. To be honest,
Competition.
can an envious person be trusted? What y'all think about this? Can an envious person be trusted? Izzy, you just look like you just want to answer. What's up? Talk to me.
I don't think, if you really think about it, can anybody really be trusted? Like, really, like, we came in this world by ourselves, and that's how we're gonna leave. So I really think, like, it would be nice to trust people, but is it smart? I don't know. So my answer to that is probably not. No.
So Izzy, you say ain't nobody out here can be trusted. Nobody trustworthy out here.
I mean, with the proven facts that I've seen, no. At least like 100%. I could trust you with X, Y, and Z, but can I trust you with 1, 2, 3? I don't know. So
No.
Caprice, what you think, man? Can an envious person be trusted?
1, 2, 3.
Caprice, can an envious person be trusted?
I think it would be levels with the trust. Because I don't necessarily think when a person is envy of you that they jealous of you and want to bring harm to you. They just see something that you got going on that you have that they admire and they want, and what's lacking in their life. So it depends on how that envy motivates them. If your envy is causing you to, bring harm to me or put me at a disadvantage or whatever, then no, you're not able to be trusted. But if it's just an admiration and like you lacking and you want the same thing, you can ask me. I'll tell you how to get it.
Okay. Matt, what you think about that? Can an envious person be trusted?
Nah, because if they are labeled an envious person, definitely not. 'Cause that means it's something that's a problem. It's a trend of theirs. I would definitely say no because they can say envious bring on depression as well. So I mean they're not even the best for themselves if they actually being envious all the time because it's driven by a lot of insecurities as well. So I would say nah because I had just read like when it comes to envious, there's a resentful feeling towards the person that's accomplishing something as well. So I mean to be
No,
around that person full
that's
time,
jealous.
I would definitely say nah, they can't be trusted.
So
Okay.
are you
Chef Joe,
depressed?
what you think?
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Wait, we say Chris?
I asked Matt, was he depressed? Because I would consider a lot of the men that's out here, like with the whole chasing the bag and getting the woman that you want, I consider all of them envy. I consider all of y'all envy that, consider like, oh, I want the top tier woman, because it's only a sector of men that's doing this, and only a small percentage of men that can have this, and y'all want what they have, so y'all are envy.
Envious of who? The men that got it?
So yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily. You can be
So
driven
I
by
don't
them.
necessarily. I mean, it can. That's it. With driven, whatever you want to put after it, you still envious. You're lacking that, and you want it. You admire it, and you want it.
But that alone, just because you want
So
something that
you're gonna
somebody
do what you
have,
have to do
isn't
to get.
alone envious. Just because you want something that somebody have, is that
That's
doesn't
that's what
create
envy
envy.
means.
No, that's not what it means.
But that's what envy. That was yes, it is. It's what you're
That's not
lacking
what
that
it means.
somebody else had.
No,
Look
it
it
would
up.
be it would be a feeling that it brings you based on somebody else have. And a lot of times it's geared toward negative emotions that
Oh
someone else has.
So
no, that's
I
jealousy. You're putting
think she kind of got you on that though, because in the definition, because it speaks to discontent. Envy speaks to
you're
discontent,
lacking
and
some. It's
discontent is a restless
admiration
desire
and
or
discontent.
craving for something one does not have. So if you don't have it yet, it would be a level of discontent, which would then make that envious.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking
Right?
about jealousy. But go ahead.
She thinks she
Yeah,
kind of
that's
on
what
point.
that's what I was telling you. You saying jealousy, you meaning jealousy, but envy, no. And I don't think necessarily that people who is envy can. I mean, you probably could form a form of depression because you lacking it so much and nothing you doing is getting to where you want to be. But if that's the case, then there's a lot of depressed niggas out here.
No, but what you said about somebody chasing the bag, that has nothing to do with being envious.
No, I said
As far as the depression part of what of how I was using when I first speaking of what I was speaking of.
no. I was just using a different example. That's why I asked you, was you depressed? And you said no. And I said, right, because I believe that men that follow this whole thing of doing the chase the bag and getting the woman that you want and all this and that came from a sector of men. And some of those men, a small percentage of the men have that, which caused a lot of men to want the same thing. So a lot of men that's running with this chase of the bag so you can get the woman that you want, it's derived from envy.
But that ain't why I chasing the bag. But I mean that's beside the point. I get what you're saying though.
I was about to say that too. I was about to say, if you saying that if the guy said the reason why he's chasing the bag is about getting the woman, then that's one thing. But a lot of guys are chasing the bag because they simply want a lifestyle, they simply want to be rich
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
I don't think envy has anything to do with
And that's still derived from envy because you want a lifestyle.
that.
Lifestyle what? That somebody
No, no,
else.
no, 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 no,
That's
no, 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 no. Listen. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that somebody could be chasing the bag because they personally just want it, not being within comparison to someone else. Though. That's what I'm saying. Like there could be a person who says he wants to be rich. He
Yeah.
wants to be rich. It's not I want to be rich because my homeboy rich, or I want to be rich because my cousin rich. He wants to be rich. That's not coming from a place of envious though. He just want to
That's
be
what I
rich.
was
He chasing
saying.
the bag because he wants the money. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily mean it's coming from how he views someone else, and that's why he's chasing. It could be an internal thing. He personally just wants a lifestyle. Because his inspiration for it could be he don't want to be poor. He know what it's like to be poor, so now he want to be rich. This ain't got nothing to do with because I saw somebody else rich, and now I'm envious, so I want to be rich too. It could literally be him motivated by his own personal experiences, and that's why he's chasing back. I don't know if that's kind of where you was going with that, Matt, but that's
getting on my nerves. Still, I believe most of the men that say why they chasing the bag is, oh, they want to take care of the type of woman that they want. So,
but you had heard what I said. You had heard what I
nobody
said
was
about what
nobody was talking about taking the bag before everybody got hit to Kevin Samuels and all these people. No niggas was talking about chasing the bag. so you could get what you want. No, nobody was not spoken about that. So that's what I'm
But
those type of
you're missing the point of what I'm saying, because you're trying to talk about a particular group of people. I'm speaking to the actual
that's what I
direct
was
answer
talking
brother.
about.
I'm saying that because we're talking about envious. I'm saying yes, there are people who do it because of envious, but some people literally chase a bag to change their own life
But
because
I
they
was
trying to change their own life.
wasn't
That's what
boxing.
I'm saying. So I'm saying that it doesn't necessarily have to be someone being
I was
envious.
not boxing everybody in it. That's why I asked him, was he depressed?
No. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm speaking to the generality of it. I didn't say you was boxing him
But
because
my statement wasn't general. So I agree with you, but my statement was general.
Listen. All I'm doing is adding the 2 cents over there. That's it. Calm down, Tiger.
All I'm doing is making so you understand what I'm saying. Those sector
I got
men
you.
that
Listen,
put
Tiger,
in this
calm down.
taste the bag, get what you
Tiger,
so you
listen,
get what you want.
Tiger, calm down.
That's
okay.
envy. Back up out the camera with your big ass forehead.
Caprice got her main. Caprice got her mane out, so she feeling real male lion right now. It's okay. Listen, little lioness, calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
Lioness, I'm a what? Listen,
I see you. You starting off the year, being your good self, all unfiltered and stuff. And personally, I like it. I like having to talk this shit to you. Y'all noticed though, like throughout this show, how she made sure she kept her points towards the literal sense. I've been working on her. Y'all see my teachings at work?
But how you been working on who?
See, I've been working on her. Hey, Joe, you see how she been on that dictionary on them niggas? I've been working on her, right? You see, I'm refining her. She gonna see. She about to impress y'all this year. You know what I'm saying? You doing good though.
Stop playing. You see how
you first started off last year. You started off looking like me. Now you speaking like me. Listen, girl. Listen. That's it. You tweening right now. I feel it.
I'm about to go shit now.
But yo, I mean, that was all I had. I had anything else on this subject of jealousy and envy for the people?
Most people are envy. Most people are envious. So cut it out. I don't care why y'all want to have these negative conversations behind it. Jealousy is the one that mostly comes with negative feelings. So get it correct. All y'all niggas is envious. I mean, not y'all niggas that's on the I don't know. Chef Joe's envious of me because he had to be born on the same day that I was born. So he's real envious, slightly jealous, I would say. So
why are you trying to come for me for the new year? I'm out here in Cali enjoying my best life. You talk about you want to start with me.
I don't care. Nothing ain't changed but the 3. So no.
Izzy, you had anything else for the subject?
Not particularly. All I can really say is all is fair in love and war. And if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. So that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. I guess we'll start it one time we'll do it. Anybody want to run their plugs? We'll keep me doing y'all New Year off for the people who might not know y'all from last year. So, Izzy, let people know where they can find you.
Well, if you fabulous people want to find me other than this platform, you can follow me on IG, otherwise known as Instagram, at IzzyOjo94 for some fabulous pictures. So hit that follow button.
She's so proper. Chef Joe, tell people where they can find you at, bro.
What's up? You can find me on this platform as well as Instagram, Chef Joe with the Pots too. The same handle on TikTok, and my YouTube is Cooking with Chef Joe.
Okay. So like normal, if y'all know them always the two who gonna run a separate plug. My twin in the corner, she gonna say you can't find her. You gotta look for me to see her. We're gonna look the same. Maddie B,
they have to look for me through you. They ain't gonna never find me.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I got you. MJ and JD, of course, you know you find them both here. So, hey, till the next time, people, we are out. Peace.